This is Brandy Arnault of brandyarnaultfineart.com. Today I'm going to work on a treescape that is in my own backyard, actually. No, it's not going to be a plein air. It is going to be from a photograph, but it's a photograph that I took, when winter was just starting. We are now a little past the holidays, and we have more snow on the ground than when I first took this picture. I'm going to insert a copy of the picture in this video right about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tone down the canvas, or in my case a board. Always in my case would it be a board. And I've got some liquid here and some transparent iron oxide red, and I'm just going to go through the entire board. This is a 9 by 12. For a couple years now I've been wanting to paint trees, and I just didn't do it. I just did cows and chickens and lambs, things like that instead. But I think because it's early in the year, and because we're all still fresh from New Year's resolutions, I'm going to go with it today. I'm going to start my treescape for 2020. You know, 2020's got a nice ring to it. Snappy little ring to it when you say it. So why not do something different this year? Because it is a new decade. Let's get started drawing in the trees. The photograph that I have is on my computer. I do not project anything ever onto my drawing surface. I never do that because I think it's always better to learn how to draw. Nobody can take that away from you if you know how to draw, and it takes time. It takes time and practice. But one of the things that I'm really interested in is the tree, a fallen tree, and believe me, in our woods we have a lot that is laying here. It's a rather large tree in comparison to the other trees that are in living still and in the area around it. But it's interesting. Tree bark to me is very interesting. Okay, now let's see. I actually think I'm going to carry that down a bit more. I don't want it to line up with this, so we'll just take it down even a little bit more. Sometimes you have to make adjustments because just for the composition. So in my view, having it this big to here would not do the composition well. But I haven't put in the rest of it. But what has got my attention with this picture that I took, and why I took the picture, is this fallen tree. I've been looking at it for years. No matter what the season is, sometimes I just stare out the window and look at it, this particular tree, because I'm infatuated with the bark. There's something about the texture of this tree and the bark that's on it. It just gets my attention, and enough so that I want to study it. So I'll do something with that today. All right, so now I'm trying to place the other trees. There's a dominant tree. It's actually right in the middle here, but I'm going to move it over to the side, like right here. And if you can see, I'm bringing the line down. It's not going to come down, but I wanted to make sure that I don't have it in the middle of this, which would be right here. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, so here we go. This is more like your typical tree Another thing that's nice in this photograph is the time of day. It's actually, I would say it's probably like around 10 in the morning, maybe even a little earlier. Now I may not keep that. There's an arm here on the tree that I may not keep. So there's a nice sense of light in a specific area, and then the rest of it is in shade, so it's very, very dramatic actually. So that's good. Now some of this is going to be tricky because there's some cast shadow on the tree, and then there's also snow. That is Cookie, my Cookie. I'll probably put a picture of her in here too, so you can see who's got the big mouth in the house. The other two dogs that I have, they're very well behaved. They don't bark unless there's somebody walking up the stoop, and then they bark. All right, so that's one of the trees. There's a lot of trees back here, but I'm going to start here and move to the left, almost backwards of how you read. Well, that's not almost, it is backwards of how people read a book. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to make that thinner. And then this one, there's one that comes up right here, and it leans to the right, which is good because that's going to keep a person, it's going to guide the person right around the canvas, because my thought is this is the center of interest right here. This will get the most development right through here because I love this tree, as I said. This is what is causing me to make this painting, is this tree. So everything else is going to just be there to make an environment for the tree, but ideally their eye is going to start here because it's very normal. As I said, people read left to right, so they're going to come in this way. No matter what you paint, they're going to look at it from here. Unless you got a bullseye right here, they're going to look at it here. And your job is to keep them going up and around somewhere in here. You want to get their attention to stay somewhere in here. You want them to keep looking at that painting. What is it about that painting? What is it? And they want to look closer at it, farther away. They keep moving back and forth. Okay, so we'll take those arrows out. You know, there's a lot going on. My job is to edit out what isn't necessary. I'm looking at here, I'm looking at the shape between here and here, and if I'm going to be true to the photo source, which I think it's a good idea to do that, I need to bring this down more of a slope here. Okay, so now there is some land here. Okay, I'm getting confused. Let me think about this. Okay, I figured it out. So this is a situation where I actually need to bring this up higher. It looks like 1, 2, 3. You know, I'm trying not to do that. So maybe I'll take this one out.